All right, welcome in everyone to the deep dive. We're going to be looking today at something I think we all kind of see on a daily basis, and that's relationship advice on TikTok.
Yes.
We've got 5 pieces of advice, I guess you could call them, from this video creator who's reacting to different TikToks that are giving this relationship advice.
Yeah.
But the idea here is to not just laugh or cringe, but to really try to figure out what these little snippets of advice tell us about how people are talking about and viewing relationships these days.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what's interesting for you, the listener, is that these like kind of humorous or sometimes shocking pieces of advice, I mean, they can actually tell us a lot about like anxieties, expectations, and even maybe changing norms in the dating world, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be going through these 5 examples, and hopefully, we can provide a little bit more context for you than just that initial, catchy headline or title.
Right. So let's just jump into the first one, because this one was definitely a head scratcher. The advice was, if he doesn't reply in 3 minutes, he's cheating, period. 3 minutes.
Whoa.
That's like, what? I mean, what kind of pressure does that put on a relationship?
Yeah, it's like intense, right? I mean, that expectation that you have to be available like 24/7. And it plays into this whole thing with digital culture now. Like everything has to be instantaneous. So, I mean, think about it from your perspective. Does any delay in a response, does that mean something suspicious is going on? Or is it just, life?
Right, exactly. Like, think about your day. I mean, you've got meetings, you're focused on work. Sometimes you just need a break from your phone. It just seems like to jump to dating, because of that, seems like it breeds suspicion rather than trust.
Totally. And I think for you, the listener, it kind of makes you wonder, like, is this how we view infidelity now? Is it just like this constant, need to be connected, and if there's any break in that connection, then something's wrong?
Right. And is that healthy? I mean, is that like a sustainable way to be in a relationship?
Exactly. Because then you're always looking for like digital proof that everything's okay. But, that might not always be the best indicator of how your partner's really feeling.
Right. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one, oh boy. Always test your partner by pretending you're someone else in the DMs.
Oh, so this one's like getting right to the trust issue, right? It's almost, if you feel the need to do this, is there already a lack of trust there?
Yeah, like you're going out looking for something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're searching for some kind of confirmation of, maybe something you already suspect or are afraid of.
Right. And for you, the listener, I mean, think about this. Like, what's the best case scenario here? Even if your partner, quote unquote, passes this test, does that really mean you trust them? Or is it just like a temporary relief?
It's like a Band-Aid,
Yeah.
Like you haven't really addressed the underlying issue, which is that lack of trust.
Right. And then what if it goes wrong? I mean, there could be misinterpretations, hurt feelings. It seems like a huge risk.
Huge risk. And the question for you is why? Why do you feel the need to do this? I mean, sometimes it might be because of past experiences or deep insecurities, but you have to ask yourself, is this really the way to address those issues? Is deception going to actually help build a stronger foundation?
Right. Because if the truth comes out, that really damages the trust even more, So it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to something a bit more, lighthearted maybe.
Okay.
This piece of advice was, if he really loved you, he'd buy you a house after 2 months.
Oh, boy. I mean, this one's kind of funny, but it also, I think, brings up something interesting. It's like this idea that love equals like grand gestures.
Right, like a house.
Yeah.
After 2 months. That's a pretty big commitment.
Yeah, that's a commitment. And, I think for you, the listener, it kind of makes you think about what we value in relationships, right? Are we really just looking for these big, flashy things? Or are we looking for, those everyday moments of care and support?
Right, like what are we actually valuing? Is it just the stuff? Or is it, the deeper connection?
And I think a lot of this comes from social media. Like you see all these, perfectly curated images of people getting extravagant gifts, going on lavish trips, and it can kind of warp our sense of what's normal.
Right, it creates this unrealistic expectation, like that's what love should look like.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you might be missing out on those like smaller, more meaningful gestures that actually build a strong foundation.
Right, and those smaller gestures, those are the ones that actually matter in the long run,
Exactly. Okay, moving on. This one was a little bit more serious. The advice was, you don't need friends of the opposite sex if you're in a relationship.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's like really getting into territory that can be a bit controlling, right? It's like assuming that any friendship with someone of the opposite sex is automatically a threat.
Right. And the creator we're looking at, they really emphasize trust here. And I think for you, the listener, like you really need to think about that. Because cutting off your partner from their friends, that's not a sign of a strong relationship. It's usually the opposite.
Exactly, because it shows a lack of trust in your partner and their ability to have healthy friendships. And it can be really isolating.
Yeah, isolating and controlling. And a good partner should want their significant other to have a fulfilling life, including those friendships, right?
Right. I mean, you want your partner to be happy and well-rounded, and friendships can be a big part of that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, last one. This one was, let's just say it was a doozy. If she breathes, she's a thought.
Okay, so this is a prime example of like the worst of the worst. It's dehumanizing, it's disrespectful, it's just wrong.
Yeah. The creator even called it like peak TikTok. It's just reducing someone to a label, a negative label, based on absolutely nothing. And it's really dangerous because these kinds of mindsets can actually spread and influence how people view each other.
And I think for you, the listener, it really shows how important it is to think critically about what you see online. Just because something's popular or going viral doesn't mean it's true or even okay.
Right. It's like we need to be aware of the messages we're consuming and the potential harm they can cause.
Exactly. We need to be more mindful of the things we share and promote, especially when it comes to something as complex and important as relationships.
Right. So we've gone through a lot here, from the kind of funny to the concerning to the downright harmful. What do you think are some key takeaways?
I think the biggest takeaway is that you can't take everything you see on TikTok or any social media for that matter at face value. You have to use your own judgment and don't be afraid to question things that seem off.
Yeah. And think about what you're valuing in a relationship. Is it those superficial things? Or is it something deeper, something more meaningful?
Exactly. And don't let the pressure of social media make you feel like you need to conform to certain expectations or trends.
It really makes you think, like, how much is this affecting us without even realizing it?
Yeah. Like, are these algorithms shaping how we view relationships without us even knowing it? It's a question worth asking yourself.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening, take a moment to reflect on your own beliefs about relationships. Where did those beliefs come from? Are they really yours? Or have they been influenced by what you see online?
And remember, the most important things in any relationship are open communication, trust, and respect. Don't let those go, don't let those fade away in the pursuit of something that might just be fleeting or superficial.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.